Welcome to my YouTube channel. World War II was one of the most devastating conflicts in human history. The war was fought on many fronts, but the most significant battles took place in Europe. The German perspective on this war is often overlooked, but it is a critical piece of history that must be understood. In this documentary, we will explore the events leading up to the war, the strategies employed by the Germans, the major battles they fought, and the eventual downfall of the Nazi regime. Part 1. The Rise of Nazi Germany. To understand the German perspective on World War II, we must first examine the events leading up to the war. In the aftermath of World War I, Germany was left devastated and humiliated. The Treaty of Versailles imposed harsh penalties on Germany, including massive reparations payments and the loss of territory. This led to a rise in nationalism and resentment towards the victors of the war. Adolf Hitler rose to power in Germany in 1933, promising to restore the country's former glory. He blamed the Jews for Germany's problems and promoted the idea of an Aryan race. Hitler's regime quickly began to suppress dissent and eliminate opposition. This included the establishment of concentration camps and the persecution of Jews, homosexuals, and other minorities. Part 2. Blitzkrieg and the invasion of Europe. In September 1939, Germany invaded Poland, marking the beginning of World War II. The German military employed a new strategy known as Blitzkrieg, or lightning war. This strategy relied on coordinated attacks by air and ground forces to quickly overwhelm the enemy. Germany quickly conquered much of Europe, including France, the Netherlands, Belgium, and Denmark. However, they were unable to defeat the United Kingdom, which continued to resist through the use of air power and naval blockade. Part 3. The Eastern Front and Stalingrad. While Germany was making gains in Europe, they also launched a massive invasion of the Soviet Union in 1941. Initially, the German army was successful, pushing deep into Soviet territory. However, the harsh winter and fierce resistance from the Soviet army halted their progress. The Battle of Stalingrad was a turning point in the war on the Eastern Front. The German army suffered heavy losses, and the Soviet Union was able to launch a counterattack, pushing the Germans back towards their own borders. Part 4. The Final Solution and the End of the War. As the war continued, Hitler's regime became increasingly brutal. The Holocaust, also known as the Final Solution, was the systematic murder of 6 million Jews, as well as other minorities. The Allied powers, including the United States, Great Britain, and the Soviet Union, began to push back against Germany. The D-Day invasion of Normandy in 1944 marked a major turning point in the war in Europe. The Allies were able to establish a foothold on the continent, and Germany was forced to fight on two fronts. By early 1945, the Soviet Union was advancing on Berlin, and it became clear that Germany was going to lose the war. On May 7, 1945, Germany officially surrendered, marking the end of World War II in Europe. The war had claimed the lives of millions of people and had left Europe in ruins. Conclusion. The German perspective on World War II is complex and multifaceted. While the actions of the Nazi regime were reprehensible, it is important to understand the motivations behind them and the strategies employed by the German military. This documentary has provided a brief overview of the events of the war from the German perspective, but there is much more to learn. By studying history, we can gain a deeper understanding of the past and use that knowledge to shape a better future. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this story engaging and informative. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one.